can't react. Ignorant gets whacked. Keep attacking when the mental attack. Most can't react. Ignorant gets whacked. Keep attacking. My gravity, force unescapable. My cosmic style's more capable. Lyrics expand to help the disabled. Well connected like satellite and cable. Hot deep state make me able to break out without no label. Inviting like food on the table. Enlightening minds combined on your radio. Fighting conscious hip hop tighten writing. His story clean wiping ripen. Season still writing. Black present liking. Now we hyping. Overstanding darkness I'm delivering. My pen I ain't need for melanin. Cosmic essence mixed with skin. Some starts have no end. Just training for perfection. Needed for each person. Some fences breaking, some your men. To do the right thing you must be willing. I'm talking to those who want to ascend. Who see this wicked world as part alien. Greed and selfishness is the infection. Universal love is the medication. But it's beyond most mortal men who choose to win. Live in sin, have sex with kin. Follow ignorant trends. Sell they soul just to blend. Kill they neighbor just to spend. Believe what they see and tell a lie vision. But the mental plays far above the rim. Mixing with the gods and the seraphim. When the mental attacks, most can't react. Ignorant gets whacked. Keep attacking. When the mental attacks, most can't react.
Facebook. We are back at it again with another edition of Car Talk on the Sunday. My guest will be coming in shortly. Once again, I'd just like to say thank you to everyone that's been participating and listening and gathering, all this information, because all this information is for all of us. It ain't for necessarily just me or anybody else. So as we were always already talking about the book of what? The book of knowledge. The 64 keys of Enoch. There's 64 different keys. We also talked about Metuneter, the great oracle of Tuhati, the Egyptian system of spiritual cultivation. Meat suit manual. Break down how the physical works, how the breath control, what to think, the symbols, the three things that activate our subconscious. Repetition, symbols, trauma. Got to learn to breathe right. Also, for all of you that love the whole Jesus story, the whole childhood, everything. The Urantia. The Urantia is another name for Earth. But it's bringing you, once again, the breakdown of the whole thing. Very thick book, very long. Oh, geez. 2,700 and something pages. So it's gotten longer. I think the one I read, it was about 2,000 pages. So same thing. Great book. A lot of knowledge. So before I actually begin anything, just wanted to stop quickly. Oh, I got these people look like they're cutting down the trees behind me. They're trying to stop me, but they can't. They can't. It's just in the background. But I did want to talk about what some of the things that we've been over in the Book of Knowledge. We're going on the 8th or 9th key in the book. And we've went over certain keys. So I really wanted to do a short breakdown of what we've already been over and how it should be affecting us as we move forward. All right. So the book of Enoch is basically trying to break down how large the house of many mansions is of the Father. All right. It's trying to break down how huge these things and how many different departments are and what goes on and how worlds like ours can fall into chaos and not be on the Father's plan. All right. So as it starts off, it's probably just starts off basically is trying to give you the keys to the universe, right? So the keys, there's three different keys. The keys to the Father's universe, keys to the Son's, keys to the Shekinah, which is, we already said, the spirit. There goes my boy. What's good, Jazzy?
What's happening?
Just, introduction, everything. Just saying that we're going to do a review.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Of what we've been going over. And hopefully you'll have some questions. Now this will be your second go round. You know what I'm saying? Right. So we can pinpoint a little more of question and answer. So I was just letting them know, Book of the Enoch, Book of Knowledge. So we're right at the very beginning when we first talked about the Father's universe, the Son's universe, the Shekinah, the Mother's universe. Right now, all we've been reading out is the first part of which is the Father's universe, as it breaks itself down into everything else. So you have the 7 super universes, right? You have Father, Son, Mother, or Spirit. Father, Son, Spirit. Then you have the Father, Son, Father, Spirit. Then you have the Son, Spirit, and Mother, Son. So, and it breaks down to 7, those 3, when they all go together. And the last universe is the Trinity, of course, the Father, the Son, and the Spirit. All of them together, always on the outside. But going through that, letting you know how big things are. Now, the Father's universe would represent the huge, the large, the galaxies, universes, solar systems, stars, supernovas, where the Son's universe would represent the consciousness that can see all of that can recognize, that can experience things. Then you have the Shekinah, the Mother's universe, would be the atoms, neutrons, electrons, how they form, how they make up what we see here and now, atoms, things of that nature. All right? Because when you hear the word atom, you can also think atom, because that's what it is. That's how it's supposed to trigger in our minds. So as we go through the Book of Enoch, before we even get started, Jazzy, do you have any questions about, what you've heard? You can start from anywhere. Any just questions off the bat?
Nah, let's get started.
So we started off we live in the many in the one universe. The creative mind is the center of the universe, is known as the Lord, King, Redeemer. Creations which survive are creations which desire that the species gather life and life into the image and similitude of higher evolution, which is called the living universe. So basically what's going on is, first thing we had to do was open up our way of thought of what we think things are. Being a part of the open-ended universe, we are part of an open-ended mind. Being a part of an open-ended mind, we are part of an open-ended universal image. Does that make sense, Jazzy? So what it's basically saying, you got to get bigger. You got to see more when you're trying to recognize the Father's universe or the Almighty's, the everything, behind everything. All right?
More than the eye.
Right. So so what we're being taught right now is to put this whole creation as in the image of the Father, so we can see how big it is, right? So we're opening up the open-ended. If you look, there is a relationship between universe to universe and universe to the many universes. By seeing the universe and the universe to the many universes, we see an overall plan of development as required by the higher mind. So basically what it's saying is there's a plan in place for all realms of existence. All realms. Conscious realms, not everything is running off a certain plan. This many in the one universe, meaning everything is one thing. It's all part of the same thing. Just having different individual conscious experiences. All right. So let's move on. It talks about when you see the many as well as the one, you could recognize that the most perfect plurality is also the most perfect unity. Once again, it's trying to bring you back in. It's saying, yes, there are many, many different places in the house of many mansions.
Mm-hmm.
Many. But
Mm-hmm.
all of them are connected by the same plan of the Father.
Mm-hmm.
One plan that's going through every level of creation.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
This one plan. All right, let's just keep going. We're just giving you a little bit. Okay. Therefore, you must recognize all universes in order to see God, capital G, Almighty of everything. You cannot, he or it cannot be seen in the image of your creative universe because he is beyond or it is beyond all images.
Mm-hmm.
So grand and so gloriful, you can't even recognize it.
Imagine.
Wouldn't even know what's
Right.
going on in this physical right here. It'll destroy
Mm.
everything coming down. It's too
Too
beyond him.
grand.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so he is beyond all images, yet beyond all universes, yet all universes function collectively as a brain diagram of higher order of creation. So he's letting you know that the creator is the brain of the breakdown of the universe of universes and everything. That's his own essence breaking stuff down. Just trying to give you a privy to the plan. Does that make sense, Jazzy? When you hear that, what do you think of?
Like Transformers more than meets the eye.
Everything ain't necessarily what it seems.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the creative mind of the Ite Asha Ite, which is the I am that I am, or I shall be, and I shall be, is a constant, ever evolving, constant remaking of every order of creation. So this is how we go from one level to the next. There she goes. The queen is in the house, y'all.
Hey,
Hey,
Miss
how you
Lisa,
doing?
hey.
Oh, you sound sick. You okay?
I don't feel too good, but I'm here.
Oh, okay, okay. We gonna.
allergies.
Hey, what's up?
It's the allergies. That pollen down there right now. Whew, I remember. Everybody
Oh
card
yeah,
green.
it's just hot down here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just fire. But we were just catching you up. We're just going over the many into one, breaking it down. The best plurality is the perfect unity, how the Father's plan and how the Father has a house of many mansions, and these mansions have different creators, and boom, 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 boom. Saying how we're trying to open up our image and how we see things.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So basically opening up our image of how we see a universe, how we start to see these 700 what 700,777,777 things that break out and make up who we are and what we are per universe, per galaxy, per solar system. So it's trying to open up our image. And it's talking about, so we were just at the I am of the higher I am, or the pyramid one. The higher evolution comes down to the other pyramid, which is the male female symbol.
Mhm.
Come in as one and you get the Star of David. Really, there's no such thing as a Star of David, but that's what they call it when they come together. All right, so we must release ourselves from all vain endeavors in order to quicken the establishment of our spiritual energy. All of our spiritual energy mostly is running off the same thing, that infinite and eternal. The difference is which Lord of Master do we want to call responsible for teaching us? You know what I'm saying? It could be Christian, it could be Buddha, it can be Melchizedek. You can get a hold of some other scriptures. You got a lot of different scriptures, a lot of lords of light.
Like Islam, right? I am. What is it? I am
Oh,
Lord and
Islam, I
Master.
self, Lord and
Self
Master.
Lord and Master. Yeah.
Yeah, basically, right. Everything is
Mm-hmm.
what? Centered in you.
Mm-hmm.
Because without you, the consciousness of the greater good or the higher evolution cannot be seen in this world. It has to work through somebody that knows what's going on, that can transduce a higher energy. All right, let me keep going. The third key tells us the creations that survive must desire more than eternal life. They must also ingather the light of the living, because the frequency of light, capital L's, determine the next threshold within the biochemical evolution. Light is immunizations of divine love. Light is immunizations, meaning it's patterns, it's the spread of divine love that desires to serve all manner of creation that serves the living light. So once again, this is the effect when you start to get capital L love. It doesn't mean what it means on the physical plane. Yes, dear. Miss Visa. Oh, I thought you were saying that. So it's also showing even our term of love and our grandest, the way we might think of it in the best way, it's still probably a small love when you get on higher evolution, higher planes of existence. Because now you're seeing a lot more. Think about it. If you've been to other Earths, other solar systems, other galaxies, you've seen that there's many of us. It opens up. Oh, you got all types of joint going on in all types of spots and all types of places. That's the mansion, the Father's mansion worlds. That's why he said there's so many of them. But let me keep going. All right. The semitude and the image-making capacity is also open-ended, just as the universe is open-ended. If you look at the original Hebrew scriptures, you'll find that man is made into the image and the semitude. Into indicates an evolution is the continuing and gathering of light, meaning evolution is a continuing process. This is just one stage of the process. All right? But why image and semitude? It's because image is not enough. The image will die with the creative patterns of life, and you need the semitude of the space-time continuum of light, capital L light, conscious light, to regenerate that image. So you have to have this conscious essence about you. A capital L light. That's consciousness. That's soul power. That's soul. It's already conscious of itself. No matter what type of meat suit it goes into, or what type of body of light. This is a body of light that we have. Is just a body of dense light. We call it matter. Just like our mind has a vehicle and produces energy. We call it thoughts. You know what I'm saying? They don't look as themselves as equal, but they are, because your thoughts are going to generate what's going on in your body. So it's all a relationship and understanding. All right. This is why the atomic species of light continuously regenerates. The conscious light continuously reincarnates into the image of the atomic species and not a lower evolution. Without the semitude and the synchronicities of incarnations repeating the light function and the light frequencies, the image would be here and die like a flash in darkness. The semitude can hold a consistency of light so that other evolutions can come and feed off its image. Basically, showing you how your power is. Something like Jesus, he came through, he did his thing. Now other people are coming to feed off that image. Muhammad, Buddha. You see what I'm saying? So what do? The ones that are in power, they take a likeness of what was going on 5,000-10,000 years ago, shine it up, give it right back to you. But they selling you a bill of goods. They're not giving you no truth. They take out books like the Book of Knowledge, the Maccabees. The Urantia book, the Tablets of Sin, the Tablets of Wisdom. There's so many different books out there.
I told you I came across that one about the giants. That there was
the Emerald Tablet.
It was the same author from the YouTube that you put in our text group about Enoch.
Oh, okay.
So I went on and watched a couple more videos from that same the same guy that's that put forth the video that you gave to us. He
Uh-huh.
got some more on there, and then he's just telling you other different books that's been omitted. It's pretty good. That channel is nice.
Yeah, they got some
That's,
science on there.
yeah, that channel's. But I forgot the name of it. You know what's the channel? You know the channel name.
Cosmic
I
Light, something like that.
Yeah, I think. See, I can't look now. I just wanted to know if you remember. So if
I think it
anybody's
was
watching,
Cosmic Light. It was something like that.
it's fire. They got a lot of good stuff on there. If you're available to.
So then it goes on for us talking about the ones that
Easy
have
freeze.
maintained ourselves down here. The species of light, capital L. So now they're talking about capital L light itself as a species. All right. So, all
You
right.
dragging mental.
Uh-oh. Can you hear me?
You got a lag going on or something.
I can hear you perfectly.
You froze.
Can you hear me, Miss
Okay,
Visa?
now. Okay, you was froze. Yeah,
So,
you was froze for a little bit.
oh, okay, because I'm about to tell you. So, the species of light, capital L light, meaning there is a conscious light that represents a species of light, a consciousness. All right, because they keep using this capital L. This is the where we're from. This capital L light, this capital L, the species of light have remained intact throughout the ages, meaning on the world, because they have an invincible projections of
Miss
the
Visa, is you
divine
freezing the
creation
YouTube?
that within negative fields of dissolution and
Miss
abomination with
Visa.
their love of God and their selfish
I
devotion
can I can hear you, but you
to
You
froze.
conscious growth and evolution. You can't hear me?
I can hear you. Jazz is frozen.
Oh, his is freezing. He thinks it's us. So
wait,
basically,
wait.
well, I'm gonna say it again. Can you hear me? He'll go out, come back in.
Yeah,
So basically, it's saying that us as a species, uh, Miss Visa,
I'm here.
yeah, us as a species, we're down here, but we're actually vibrating on a higher frequency of light than the rest of them.
Okay.
That's that energy that goes through us.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Once you tap in, Bobby Hemmett, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, Brother Panic.
Uh-huh.
Once you tap in,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? There's nothing like it. There's no drug on earth like it. Once you tap in,
Right.
you know
Exactly.
that's how
Yeah.
powerful it is.
Right.
So it's saying that this species of light have remained intact through all these ages on the earth because it has an invincible projections of divine creation that withstands negative fields of desolation, meaning entropy, how things are aging and things of that. It can withstand it and keep on going. What does it do? It just reincarnates into another body.
Mm-hmm.
Negative fields of desolation and abomination because of the love of God and their selfless devotion to the conscious growth and evolution. And when they say love of God, this is the love of you. You loving yourself to the point where you want to help others to love them.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So we move past that. That was key 1, 2, and 3. I was just doing a quick review. Do you have any questions that you want to ask on the keys? Any notes that you want to review or go over, anything like that?
No, I don't. I don't. I'm gonna look real quick though.
Okay.
Because I got it right here.
So that was key 1, 2, 3.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
So now this is key 4. The key to the living biophysical, astrophysical universe are the living light pyramids of life existing in every key, within every structure, within every field of creations. So now they're talking about, okay, we just showed you that, well, we just told you that there are many different life stations. You are made into the image and the similitude of higher creation. You come from a species of capital L light. This capital L light is a conscious light that I don't necessarily think it needs a body to function, but it functions nonetheless. It can put on bodies. Now
Right.
we're going into how this works. Okay. How does it work? It works at the level of each pyramid. The evolution, each level of evolution has a pyramid of light through which which human creation must pass on its way into greater creation. If we are to go beyond the three-dimensional set of creation, we must go through a three-dimensional field of energy into the multi-dimensional field of pyramidal light energy. What's the difference? The only difference is you're going from our physical realm of light, what we see and what it's bound on. Because we all know that just what we see is a very small representation of everything that's out there, right?
Right.
Once we get on a multi-dimensional pyramidal light function, now we see many different light fields within the light fields. We can start to see matter move from matter to electricity to light. Light move from space, place, and time. Start to see different realms and different understandings of what is going on. All right. Each pyramid of light is energized by the Ue Wave's eye at the center of the pyramid. This is the cosmological constant that enables every realm of intelligence to be reprogrammed into higher level of creation when they go through the pyramidal energy field of creation. What are they talking about? This is why these pyramids are so important. They actually reprogram their people for higher conscious thought. You can go in one pyramid and come out somewhere else. Okay? Not only were they just pyramids of healing, science, they were like airports.
That's something like was on the I just watched the Matrix. The last one, and they was like going through he said that they'll go through this portal, then I'll be in Tokyo on a train, and they'll go through this, and
right, this door, and they look for different doors to open. Only thing what they're trying to show you, if you can master the space-time continuum, the cell of space and time, you can move forward and back as you will.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Everything is science. Don't think of anything as a miracle. Everything is science. Either you know the science or you don't. Okay, so we're talking about the pyramids. The pyramid is the great function. The pyramid shows that the universal mind is all present, not only at every molecule of star ionization, but at every vibration of conscious flow. Remember we said this before. The mind is what, Jazzy?
All.
It's all. So at every piece of conscious flow, you have a creator energy, capital L light species, working with you, being you. You understand the power they don't want us to have? Think about it. Every thought, every brain cell can be opened up. Every molecule of blood can be energized.
That's what they were saying as far as like the thought frequency is stronger than the radio frequency, because you can send a radio signal through metal, through stone, across the world, but a thought is something that pierces universally.
It pierces time and space. Because why? It's beyond time and space. It's moving faster than that. And why is it moving faster than that? Because it's telling you every thought is a part of a conscious being that's moving. So the higher our conscious thought, the more we tap into that energy.
So everything that we actually see is a part of somebody's thought.
Facts. It's alive. These trees, everything you see is a part of something that's alive that we've been told that is just because it's inanimate, it ain't good. But if you look at a piece of metal, you have a perfectly shiny piece of metal. You leave it outside and it starts raining and you leave it out there for 6 months. What happens to it after 6 months? It starts oxidating or it starts getting old. When you first hit the metal, it'll vibrate at a certain pitch for a certain amount of time. When it's fresh, it could be 3 minutes. Once it gets rusty and old, you hit it, it might not vibrate at all.
Which one?
That's the lifespan of the
Which
metal.
one?
That's the life of it.
Which one don't rust? Is it iron or metal? Steel. One of them you
Oh,
can go ahead and wipe
no,
off.
not don't rust. The one that's good
Oxidize.
for us that we supposed to use. It's copper.
Copper.
We're supposed to have the copper bowls, copper stuff. It alkalines water. It does a whole lot. That's why they used to have copper wine and water jugs back in the day.
You know, my daughter, we had an event yesterday. She sold, she got copper bracelets, and she sold, I
Okay.
think, 3 of them, right?
Uh-huh.
And so, when the customers was buying them, I was telling them, you know how you clean them. You know, ketchup. If you put ketchup on there and wipe it off, it cleans all of the copper.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Try it. Takes all of that dullness, all that, like especially like if copper turns a certain color, like dark and then greenish.
Yeah.
Put some ketchup on there and rub it off and watch out what happens.
Bling bling, right back to normal, huh? Hey. Chemical reactions. Go ahead, Jazzy.
What you
go ahead.
You can use lemon juice too.
Oh, okay.
Lemon juice.
It's that.
But I didn't know about the ketchup.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try that because my necklace is rusty right now. Rusty looking, I should say. It's dull. It's dull.
Dull, yeah.
Dull. There you go.
Bring that zest back.
Put that zest back in. So we just talking about why are the pyramids so important? Why are they all over the world? Why do we know anything about them? Here we go. This is why. If you look at the blood crystal under the electron microscope, you will find the shape of a pyramidal field in the crystal that forms the blood. What you are seeing is a tiny Merkaba, which connects the key pyramid so that the light, capital L function of conscious light, can be used in unfolding the next stage of evolution. So evolution can be reprogrammed through us. Through the blood. Remember, I told you the consciousness is not necessarily in the body, it's in the blood. When you die, that blood loses that vital evidence of consciousness, and that's why the eyes don't shine no more. You lose all that luster, your light.
That's almost like what do you call that? The oil, but chemical. It's like blood is almost like a chemical because it does so many different things. It breaks down things. It, you know, with oxygen and then white blood cells or red blood cells.
Right.
So it's really almost like a chemical that's in your body. That's all of, you know, that's active at all times. But like you said, when it leaves, it's gone.
It makes me think about vampire. Why the blood is so important. And how it looks when a vampire is draining somebody of their blood and why it's such a prized source. But even that's a science in itself. The mere image of the vampire, what that represents.
Air and blood.
Well, remember, a lot of us didn't know how important the placenta was. The blood that comes out, all that comes out during pregnancy. How vital and how nutrient it was. We just like, you know, because we didn't know no better. Take it, not knowing.
And they keeping it.
And then, of course, because it's for medical purposes.
Yeah, they know.
They know. You can take the placenta. Oh, go ahead.
So you can buy the placenta shampoo. I mean, in the hair stores, that's been on it. Yeah,
but what is it really made of?
I don't know what I'm saying. I just remember going in the hair store. If you're going to any hair store, they sell it in packets. It's a deep conditioner, placenta deep conditioner. It says placenta.
Oh, okay.
It's probably got a very small amount in it. You know what I'm saying, to make that thing stretch, because they doing the stem cell research, everything off of that.
Yeah, but that's probably just all you need is that small amount.
You don't need to, right? Just enough.
That's true too.
So they're making money off. I'm just saying that's one of the ways they're making money off of keeping the placentas.
Right. And you know, what does the Red Cross do? Blood. Can we get that blood? Yo, you got a little extra blood? And if you got O positive, they're at you. At you.
Wow, O positive because it's universal?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, when we were young, all my whole family is O positive. Man, we went down, gave 'em blood one time, bro. They called us like every 2 weeks, like clockwork. Oh, you good? Let's get some more of that. Oh, you good? My mom had to be like, "Yeah, bro, I'm done. Don't
People
stop
sell
calling
theirs. People can sell theirs. You know what I mean? People actually sell it. You know, so go
Well,
back and
my problem is we
the
just
blood
said that
plasma.
consciousness flows through the blood.
Hmm.
I don't want no person's blood that ain't right. Think about it. Think about what you're putting into your system. Yes, you people think it's just blood. No, but it's more than that.
Hmm.
Their lifestyle, their habits, everything
So,
they do.
so what do you think about the transfusions then now?
Well, they only do transfusions to save a person's life. That's a little
Right.
different, but same thing.
Because some people have to go continuously to go, you know, get
And
get the
But
transfusions.
I saw there's a whole thing on a documentary on that people who did blood transfusion, they take on those persons' habits,
yes,
um, they even things that they like to eat. They
Mm.
start liking to eat those things, and it's weird how they life changes, dreams, lifetimes,
thank
all
you.
of that.
Seeing
Because
stuff
it's
they've
DNA,
never done before.
it's DNA in there. So it's just it's
It's
part of, like
telling
you
you
said, it's
right
your
here.
conscious. Yeah.
The conscious light, capital L, is at the core of the blood cell.
Mm.
Mhm.
So that's why I said, yes, you're taking on everything, every habit, everything they like, things they like to do. Be careful now. Don't get it twisted. That fresh blood of theirs is only going to be in your system for so long before it's ciphered out, and moved on with. Because, you go back to your own. But for a while, like Miss Visa said, you might start craving stuff you never crave, liking the stuff that they
Pork.
like.
You want some bacon?
So let's keep going. So we just established the pyramid, very, very important structure. Big pyramid, small, as above, so below. Seeing how it moves through. So how I like to interpret stuff like this is when I hear pyramids from here on out, I think of them differently now.
You thinking male, female?
Not just male, female. I think of it at the center of the blood. I think of them as transportation. I think of them as healing mechanism. I think of, you know what I'm saying? I
Mm.
can see now that the multi functions of just a pyramid.
Mm.
Let me keep going. Let me keep going. All right, so then it goes on. So it's talking about planets like ours. The Brotherhood of Light establishes pyramids on certain planets in the solar system in relationship to Saturn. Saturn being the key planetary table and destiny level for other forms of intelligence operating within our solar system. So it's letting you know right now, there's many forms right now operating in our solar system. Let's keep going. The pyramids are built in grid formation and are connected to monitors which measure the vibratory levels of consciousness a given planet in units of 1,000 years. What's it saying? So now it's already saying that they monitor the level of Okay, what do we got here? Uh-oh, they're breaking into the atomic age. Oh, they're about to kill themselves. Send a messenger down to stop them. Take the technology away or make it this so they won't be able to use it. All spiritual coming in because why? These planets are rare. Planets that don't go by the Father's plan. Planets that are on the outside of demigods that claim for themselves the glory. They're rare. Most of the time, everything goes by the Father's plan. Do you understand what I'm saying? So
Mm.
why is that important? Because these planets in spatial darkness running off entropy with these gods that disgusted themselves saying that they're gods, but they're really not, are very important because now you can see what type of spiritual energy you can thrive out of here. When we leave off of this realm we on now, oh, we done took a big step, baby. We had to believe and turn our belief into knowing about things that we really cannot explain to other people.
Mm.
But we know it's true.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying, Miss Visa?
Mm-hmm.
You can't explain you going into the bush and manifesting and things of that. And you can say it to people, but the feeling, the inner, the exchange, the atmosphere, that can't be explained.
Mm-hmm.
We go on a
Hey,
deep meditation. Go ahead, Jazzy.
I just want to not trying to get away from this, but if have a good movie I watched this weekend, so spiritual throughout the whole thing, was King Kong and Godzilla. They was
Yeah, I
talking
seen it.
they was talking telepathically, all kind of stuff in there. It was really good. I mean, it's just I just want to remember to say that before I forget. If you seen it, Miss Visa,
Mm-mm.
very good, very
I'll
good.
check it out.
Spiritual lessons all the way throughout the whole movie. You're just gonna
Oh,
enjoy it. But go ahead, Mental.
So, talking about pyramids. All right. Human intelligence must be initiated into the pyramidal function of light, capital L, before he can advance to the next ordering of evolution or the next conscious time cell. Man will then see he is a co-citizen, a co-participant of star kingdoms, which are a part of the cosmic pyramid, which surround the crystalline sphere, separating this universe from other universes. What is it
Mhm,
saying? Once again, it's showing you how pyramids once even control the intermediate, the layers of universes, one from the next,
mhm,
depending on the frequency of the pyramid. I'm assuming that'll depend on your conscious evolution. Are you working off entropy, decaying matter, and dying sciences like nuclear energy and stuff? Or are you working off centropy, electrification of matter?
mhm,
All right, so let's keep going. All right. Spiritual vehicles of light, which will come into the communities. Now, this is where I think they be like, some will be taken and some will be not. Spiritual system will come into the communities of the righteous on the special grid areas of spiritual vibration throughout the world. These grids will contain pyramidal light patterns, which will receive vehicles who will come to be the capstone of the capital L light, activating the centers of light consciousness. This process will transforming. This is the process of transforming human evolution to be a co-participant in higher evolution. So you have the Shekinah, or the mother's universe, transforms the basic building blocks of intelligence out of the sea of the internal into the Father's presence, into the presence of the Father. The Shekinah universe is the substratum of the universe of the sun. Substratum mean underneath, which feeds it with the atoms, cells, things of that nature, right? The
mhm,
sun's universe consists of programs of creation and evolution directed by the paradise sons, spanning in different life combinations of the intelligence from gross matter to pure light. So right now we're in gross matter form, but there's spots all the way from gross matter, maybe 1,000 million spots up, you have pure light.
mhm,
So it's just, once again, it's trying to let you know this is a process. For us that know the process or realize what's going on, we can see the bigger plan. Because once you can know the bigger plan, a lot of the stuff that goes on down here really don't,
mm-mm.
don't
it
matter.
loses its muster. I mean, you're like, really? I'm talking about universes and building planets and things of this nature, and
Yeah,
you talking about a new car,
jewelry.
right? This car you got? Are you
Mhm,
serious right now? But it takes a shift from what looks good, feels good, tastes good, sounds good, smells good, into jazzy, into Visa, knowing you. Everything I just talked about is a part of us.
mhm,
So these kingdoms are inside of us.
mhm.
Is that still considered chaos?
Absolutely. All these things. We're multi-dimensional beings. We're evolving physically, emotionally, socially, mentally, spiritually, soully. We're trying to get better in all these areas all at the same time. That's chaotic.
Bobby Hemmett, I just seen a video with him talking about the with the Kundalini trying to get to the black sun. I don't
Mm.
know if you have to, and then it shows like the wings of Mayat at the top. It has the Kundalini, the snakes going up the
Oh, you
staff.
thought not
And
the staff of Tahuti.
yeah, and then it has the yeah, and it has a
Yeah,
and
it
he's
has
like
the snakes going up and the wings spread out.
then it
Hmm.
has a black dot, and he was talking about the internal sun. Um,
That internal sun in us, the soul.
hmm hmm
that soul would represent that conscious, that capital L light, conscious light that uses bodies but don't need it. Feel me on that one. Uses bodies but don't need it. Why does it take on bodies? To communicate and to further the Father's plan in every realm of creation. It alongs the love, capital L, of the Father into realms of darkness. So every piece of light you see in every universe, every star is a part of the capital L love of the Father going out into realms of what we call darkness. What I call the womb. Because only from darkness do we get light.
Gives birth.
From the womb. And everybody knows how important women are if they're the only one that has the womb. Even though they're the most disrespected over here, only because of the way things are over here in America anyway. But the womb, highly precious everything, because everything comes from there. Let me keep going. So we just talked about the sun's universe gathers the collective manifestations of gross material worlds that have been purified up offered up to the Father. The Father's universe consists of universes, each having a God creator who sustains the eternal unfolding of the divine thought form. The Father's universe evolves the celestial archetype of the location of the thrones and dominions and the seats of governments. These seats of government dispatch the commissionaries of the paradise sons, the Elohim lords of light, for the creation of worlds in the lower heavens. We just heard right there, celestial archetypes, that's one. Thrones and dominions, seats of government. They dispatch the paradise sons, the Elohim lords of light. These are all different stations within the Father's universe, within the house of many mansions. So you got to open up on how we see things, almost to this infinite view of everything is spawned off everything and boom, but everything is one thing. That's where the power comes in. All right. All right. And it is only by the order of the Father's universe through the magistrates who sit on the council of the thrones and dominions that the fallen paradise sons and the fallen angelic hierarchies can be redeemed. Once again, I told you the Father's plan has a plan for everyone, even the fallen ones that came out here and fell. The ones that say in the Bible talk about don't have no other God but me. These selfish gods. Okay, what they call themselves gods. All right. Those are the false, those are the Satans. All right, let's keep going. In order to put man into the building blocks of pyramidal geometries, triangular coordinates of pyramids of light, we have the key of consciousness of conscious light. Centropy is the electrification of matter, specifically in material function, as a material function. Light being the highest amplification of centropy. In our mind, light functions by lasers, microwave amplifications by stimuli emissions of radiations. That's maser. Microwave amplification by stimulated emissions of radiation. This is a projection through photo neurons, which are in the quantum mechanic corpuscles of light, working by means of photo amplification. All photons are in step. That is, they are reinforced the same frequency with the molecules of mental energy into physical energy. So what is it saying? It's talking about how in our mind we function through centropy, not entropy. That is an inherent part of us already in us. Even though the body may go through entropy, if your mind is strong enough, it can take over the body. You can't be sick, you can't be hurt, nothing. You get stronger, you can open up your adrenaline glands and open up again. You can do all of it just using your mind.
That's why they said you can do anything to the body, but you can't go ahead and destroy the mind. That's like when they put the person in isolation down in those jail cells, and they come back and they like, how did this guy do it? You know what I mean? They didn't break him because his mind was too strong.
Too strong. Because when you can go inside your mind, remember, you can shut all this shit out, no matter what they trying to do to you.
That's what Panic say. It's all in your mind.
It's all in your mind. Shut the shit out. You can imagine yourself floating above them while they beating the shit out of you. You ain't feeling a thing.
Just imagine
it's all mental development.
Closing that door and opening up another
one. And opening up another one. Astral projecting vividly and willingly, not just when you go to sleep and you kind of luck up into it. Doing it. Exercising the pineal gland. All that is the mind expansion. That's all that is. As you expand your mind, expand your mind, you now open yourself up to spiritual entities, downloads, all types of stuff. Meditation, expanding your mind. Prayer, expanding your mind. Reading higher functions of light, expand. All that's the same stuff. Getting you to a place, taking those steps to the spirit so the spirit can take a step towards you. You got something on your mind, Miss Visa. What's up?
Oh, I don't.
Oh, no? Careful.
You look like you was ready to say something.
It's like she had something. She was talking to herself. It wasn't meant for us, Jazzy.
Okay.
All right, let's move on. The physical scheme is one which centropy cradles entropy and much is a broader aspect of divining and relating matter and energy parameters to a single EKG system. EKG, what do? They monitor the electrical impulses. Entropy is a subset of centropy. Centropy being the treatment of metagalactic order. So, thus, centropy is the fundamental relationship with quantitatively catalogs all matter, energy, interaction, and interrelationship. Man must consider himself as a part of a larger ionized field of intelligence operating as a part of these interrelationships. Since he is more than just a host of linear unity of centropy, as the energy potentiality for converting centropy to zero, reaching the point of pure energy, he can break the matter energy construct through certain forms of mind expansion. So basically, if you can move your mind and get to a certain point, you can break yourself off of this realm yourself. All right? Shoot, Brother Panic Man got to a point where he was like, yo, bro, you ain't got to go back. And he was like, what? I can see him saying that. I can see him, oh, what? Oh, I'm out. They'll be all right. I gave him all I could give him.
That's what he said.
I mean, they'll be all right. But I can see, you think, I don't even know because remember, it's not about like the loved ones or who's going to do this or who's going to take care of that. When you're at that level, you now know that all of us, each of us right now got many spiritual entities that's right now making shit right for you. When you leave the house, when you pick the kids up, making sure your shit's safe.
I need all of them to operate in my favor at all times.
All of
at all times.
But you got to realize when you think something happened bad to you, it's still operating in your favor. Don't get it twisted. That's where we get confused when we put our emotions in stuff.
Because you got to say, where's the lesson in it?
Thank you. Everything is a lesson. When it's good, it's a lesson. When it's bad, it's a lesson.
It's just that we don't been programmed to think that things are bad, and then oh whoa, wow me, oh whoa me, that type deal. Like it was coming to an end. My life is in shambles. But what is the lesson behind it?
What is the lesson? And obviously, if you're not learning the lesson, the same shit keeps happening to you. This ain't rocket science.
Over and over.
And what we don't learn, what does it do? It bounds to repeat itself.
Like history.
In this lifetime or the next. Well, you got to remember, everything they doing now is the same shit they tried to do back in Roman time. Now they just got a little better technology. Same shit. Same fire and control. Same religious try to control. Only thing the difference is back then is, did you know that most Romans and Greeks were illiterate? Like 96% of them. See, they try to make it seem. That's why Plato, Socrates used to get drunk and speak in the square, because they really didn't have anyone on their level they could talk to. See, they don't tell you that. They make it seem like they don't tell you. They don't tell you. Why do you think the first thing they didn't want us to do was be able to read or write? Why do you think that is? Because we came from a place of knowledge, reading, writing, culture. They knew they had to strip all that from us and make us a new being.
Man, and look at how long.
And that's the American slave mind.
Mm-hmm.
A new being. That's a whole new being that never was created before. But look what broke itself up out. You got your Malcolm X's, your Tupac's, your Nat Turners, your W.E.B. Look at the beings that came in and took every bit of harm and beatings and crap and enjailment and imprisonment and foul foods and doctors trying to kill them. Still, we come out this motherfucker like, what? This is the power that's in us. It's unkillable.
And what they do when those one or two come to the surface, they try to go ahead and eliminate as soon as possible.
But they can't eliminate us all.
Yeah, they can't.
They can't eliminate us all. That spark is in every last one of us. They put one out, they only do a spark 3 more. That's all they do. Nigga, we're like Hydra, nigga. You kill one of us, 3 more come back. You done blew it,
we
bro.
don't die, we multiply.
Remember, and it's literally true. We don't die, we resurrect.
Yeah, that's true.
And when we resurrect, we should be resurrecting better, because now we got one more life under us. More intuition. More patterns that we can draw off and become better. Till you reach the point where, oh man, I done been here, done this, got the t-shirt. I'm done. I'm done with the looks good, feels good, tastes good, sounds good, smell good. I'm done.
You know, that kind of made me think about, like, even like as far as like, if you want to say Christian, Catholic, or Judaism, Muslim, like, well, not so much Muslim, but they go ahead and, you know, like stories of teachings of Jesus. They don't say Jesus no more, but they were saying Jesus before, but they dropped a J, you know. But how they say came through virgin birth, came and somebody that everybody can have the choice to go ahead and live and be. I have never seen nobody live exactly like him.
Jesus. Well, if the person ever existed. So into you rent your book. See if you can see it. The life and teachings of Jesus. It starts. Hold on, let me get to it.
Because the previous stuff they don't have, I guess before 12, and then like very.
It starts with early childhood, late childhood. It goes all the way through till he's been anointed. Every place he went. See, this is how I try to be telling people, like, yeah, it showed how he traveled the world. Went to Egypt. He spent most of his time in Egypt, but he was in India. He was everywhere, all over the world, learning. Why we ain't learning?
That's my point. It's the same thing. That's what I was saying. It's like, have you seen anybody that has actually lived or pattern? I mean, if that's the case, like everything that they say is like how you should live, and ones that go to heaven, this, that, and their belief system have failed because no one has lived on those terms. No one. I haven't seen no.
What do you say?
Human.
He who is without sin cast the first stone.
Yeah.
But see, that's all a game, though.
That's what
karma. Karma is the game.
And it's a trip on words to go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, to keep people in their own belief system at odds.
Well, once again, a serial killer that loves killing and getting away with it. Do you think he's going to stop himself?
He having too much fun.
No, a rapist, a murderer. You You know what I'm saying? You think they're going to stop themselves? No. The question is why?
Mm-hmm.
Because they don't think they're doing nothing wrong.
Opportunists.
So if I don't think I'm doing nothing wrong, now, as sick as it may seem, if I don't think I'm doing nothing wrong by killing people, where's the karma at? Because what is karma? Karma is self-imposed punishment.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get it twisted. That's when you've done something and you just can't get over what you've done.
Mm-hmm.
Karma comes in. Now, does karma come in different instances? But most of us aren't serial killers. So if you do kill someone, even if you meant to kill them, that could still have a karmic effect because you don't want to really kill nobody.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you kill someone because of a woman or money or drugs or you're in a gang or whatever. These kids come here all the time, traumatized. You don't even know their boy shot dead right in front of them. The bullet could have been theirs. Oh, I'm all right. I said, do you ever talk? I said, I don't need to talk to nobody. Traumatized, don't even know it.
Mm-hmm.
And what do they do?
Because we've been taught not to go ahead.
I said military people come back with that PTSD, can't handle that they had killed someone, they can't handle it. Yeah.
Even though it was quote unquote sanctioned. See, that's why I tell you, most of us that run off of love radiations, we don't need anybody telling us what's right or wrong, what's good or bad. We know how to function because we function on an internal sense. Not because the law says don't speed or don't kill or don't lie or, you know what I'm saying? No, we do that because we want to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Ms. Bisa, what you were saying too is that a lot don't recognize while they're still platooning. It's not until they outside of that environment, because every day they march, they sleep out in the woods with each other, and they're, you know, that's comfort that they have because each one of them has been through something similar. It's not until they take it outside of that environment and put into a regular environment, then they don't have those people no more, and it's just like whoa. Then everything starts to come, you know, and that's why therapy is definitely needed. You know,
some of them actually have incidents while they're in service and they have to be discharged.
Yeah,
you know, because they can't
cope. Right.
It'd be hard. But you're right. You're right too.
No, I'm saying like as a whole though, you know, like if they, because you're going out there and you, especially on the front line, everybody on that front line probably has faced death or actually had something to do where they actually had to take a life or your life be taken. But see, it's still it's a community, and like you said, those the ones that can't cope, they do have to be discharged. However, but still, the ones that are able to still go forth, like, you know, hey, this is what we do every day. This is our mission. This, that, whatever. Once they taken outside that environment, that's when everything kicks in and they become just like that person that was discharged.
Can y'all hear the dog? Can y'all hear the dog? Okay.
So that's where like your field of work and everything is important, you know, where you have to actually where therapy is needed. And then a lot of times we were taught, oh, I don't need no therapy. You know, that's the biggest thing amongst us melanated people. They feel like I don't need that, you know, and sometimes people do.
I'm gonna share this. My son, when he was in Belize, he got attacked. A guy hit him in the face with a pipe. And a young boy, my son was like 14 or 15 at the time. And a young boy saw what happened, and drugged my son in the house. And it was something to do with his dad. He had the same name as his dad, and they got issues over there. And they're like, oh, your son here. So they got my son, right? So when I got my son back, he refused. To this day, he won't get help for it. I tell him, you almost died. And you should talk to somebody to try to help you deal with that. Refuse, even with me. refused. But I did what I could with him as a teenager. But that's not too much because I'm mom. The parent doesn't really um, can help you that much. That's why you don't counsel family. Family that know you, know your weaknesses, all that, they ain't gonna really listen to you. So, but I did the best I could. To this day, I still think he needs to deal with that, but he refuses. He refuses. So, like I said, it's just something that I know a lot of people deal with. Back to what you were saying, having that trauma for a long period of time, and why I think that's part of the trap for us not waking up to who we truly are is to keep us in a cycle of trauma.
Facts.
There's so many ways to keep us down. It's just it's like it's a trap in every, like, all the, back to the matrix, all the multiple doors that there are. It's always a trap somewhere. If you ever noticed in the movie Matrix, every time they went to a portal, the sentience or the whoever was always would come there in a matter of time. They only had a certain amount of time to be in that space, or something was trying to loop them back into the matrix.
So they were trying to escape.
Yeah, but every time you try to escape, there's a trap in that escape. You know, no matter what dimension they was in, there was always some kind of trap. And back to what the mentor was talking about, and trying to free ourselves and get to a place where we are knowing who we are, because this was about, we always got to fight through that spiritual war of staying focused and not allowing certain things in our space, in our thoughts. The minute a thought come in that is self-defeating, you have to change your mind or perspective at that moment, regardless of how childish or petty it may seem. You have to change that thought right at that moment. Don't entertain it at all.
We talked about that with the Matrix a couple weeks ago when we was talking, when I mentioned about Morpheus walking in the crowd like in New York City. Then the lady walked by in a red dress, and then Neo looked for a second, and then as soon as he turned back around to look at the lady,
the gun was in his face. Yep.
It's just that. It's just, it could be just that simple. You know what I mean? And that's the whole thing. Is the good thing about us is that we have the protection. You know what I mean? Outside of that, it's dangerous. It's a dangerous game. I mean, life is. So I'm watching this. Mental, I want you to finish, but I'm watching this movie. It's a series on Netflix. I forgot the name of it, but it's about Asians, and the guy comes to America, and he's a karate expert, and then everybody that they have a government. It's back in the like older days, but the guy is very versed in karate. He knows his stuff.
Ip Man? Is it Ip Man?
Ip Man. IP Man?
No, it's not IP Man. It's the whole culture is Asian. There's no blacks in the movie. It's been out for a little while.
I think I've seen what you
There's no blacks in Ip Man either. I don't know.
Is they coming to when they came to America?
Yeah, they came to America
over there in California. You talking about
San Fran?
Yeah, I know. Is that you talk? That's how the Indians. Those are the original Indians.
They had
them.
Man, when you watch that and then you go
and how they came. What's it called? I know what it's called. It's called
What's it called?
Oh my goodness! It's called
Dang. I have to go on the TV.
And I've seen the series too.
I've been watching it. I've been binge watching.
No, like Kung Fu. No. Oh, what is the name?
Who's the main character? Is it somebody popular?
No,
dude isn't that popular. He's done some things, but he ain't that popular.
Yeah, but when I wish I had the name, but when you watch it, and then because they're treated like crap coming to America, so then they have the Irish there. They have then they have different parts of Asians, and they're making the Asians fight against each other for opium. Yo, it's crazy. It's the same thing.
Wait a minute. It's done like in the old Western era. Like it's okay. I know what you're talking about, but I can't know. I clicked it on for a second, and I saw the guy in the square.
Oh my God, that is so good.
And they got the axes. They had the axes. What is the name of it?
I forgot the name of the movie. I wish
It's on
somebody was
Netflix.
gonna. Yeah, it's
Yep.
on Netflix. It's very good
It
because
used to
you
be
can
on HBO or
you can take
Cinemax,
your
one of them.
you can take them out and put us there, and then you can go ahead and have the same
And
realization.
same stuff.
Be-
So
be-
letting you know it's the same. We just talked about it. It goes on
on
over
over
and
and over.
over and over again.
Because you
Same
know what?
stuff.
When he was in jail, they called him John Chinaman. That like he got arrested, and he was like, "It doesn't matter." He said, "I'm just another Chinaman to you." And they instead of John Doe, they put John Chinaman
China
on
man,
every
right?
Chinaman that they don't know. Yo, I was just like, it's a continuous circle, continuous circle. The same thing. You just take them and put us in there, and then you'll go ahead. Or like you said, if you want to go back, like they say the Indians, you go ahead and put any race back into that equation. You'll see how it's messed up.
Same stuff over and over again.
It's messed up. Cycle has to be broken. But go ahead, mental. I don't want to cut you off no more.
No, okay. Miss Visa, you got something before we start off again? So
No,
we were just talking about, oh my bad, entropy and centropy, right? And how the mind works off centropy. That capital conscious L light is keeping us making us, allowing us to have thoughts that can create, that can have impact on this physical realm. All right, so we understand that all functions of electrification of matter energy, as well as decay and negative spins of energy, bring space, time, and matter through the pyramid of light as a dimension of light energy conversion, whereby the mind reaches out to the luminaries. This process allows physical man to leave behind the laws of entropy and join the unity with other intelligence who exist on other energy fields of creation, serving the light, capital L. Once again. So it looked like it's us in bodies down here, serving us, other bodies down here, while we're also helping us back up there do the job. This conscious L light that we keep talking about, that's a conscious part of us. That's like the soul, the conscious, but behind it that keeps existing. All right. So evolution from the physical body of creation to a higher intelligence involves a deeper understanding of life as a multidimensional evolution where the individual does not count, only the continuality of the human species. This means all seven chakras must work in perfect harmony, and the completed alignment of the template of light, capital L light, the eighth chakra is connected with the overself, working with the Christ body of light. And once man goes beyond the physiological limitations of self and desires to serve his fellow creations and the Father, he has purified himself from his carnal predilections and manifested love significant to receive the overself garment of light. Once again, only learning to love is real. That's it. It's the only thing we doing down here. When we cut out all the rest of this scientific mumbo jumbo and all why we here and learning to love. Why are we learning to love? Because man has to go beyond his physiological limitations of self and desire to serve his fellow creation and the Father. When he does that, he has purified himself from his carnal predilections and manifests love, capital L love, significant enough to receive the outer garment of light, capital L light. Now you go back into centropy. And when they say man, they mean women also. I hate it when I read some of the texts because they're so male orientated. Everything is man, man, man. It should
That's
be
the way it
woman,
was.
woman, woman.
They changing a lot of that now, though.
Well, they're trying.
Yeah.
So then it just goes through this assimilation, man becomes cosmic man who can freely participate in other forms of cosmic creation. Then,
Yeah, that's the
according to the
movie.
I am, there. Oh,
That's
go
the
ahead.
movie. That's the movie right there.
What?
She playing the movie. The one that I was
Yes.
talking about.
What
That's
is
the
the
movie.
name, Miss Visa?
Warrior.
Yes, Warrior.
Very
Great
good.
movie. I seen it only gets better.
Yeah, it's very
I seen all I think I didn't see the last season.
I have it saved in my list to watch. I say, I know what you're talking about, but I never watched it. But I'm listening.
Very good.
It just shows you how they've been treating people since the very beginning.
Okay.
The colonizers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they ain't changed.
Mm-hmm. They just shifted it, and then the one of the sheriff comes from Georgia, so they don't really like him, and he trying to do things the right way. And then they was like, well, it's different when you had somebody being your servant, being your slaves all your life. And he said, and then he's trying to tell him, he's like, just because slavery existed in the South doesn't mean that it was right. So he's trying to break the barrier. You got to watch it. It's very good, though. It's very good.
So, and when you look at it, the premise is everyone in power were white, even if they shipped them from New York.
Mm-hmm.
Just gave them the position.
Mm-hmm.
No one in there, of minority had any power unless they can kill you.
Mm-hmm.
That was the only power they had, violence.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately.
The thing that I didn't like, though, and I'm gonna let you finish, is that it show how the same thing with us as melanated people. They want you to fight amongst yourselves. That was their whole thing, to make you go ahead and kill
Let's
out in the
turn them
street.
against them. That's the philosophy of the Willie Lynch memoir. Come on.
Yeah.
Turn the light against the black, the good hair against the dark hair, the light eyes against the dark. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. But go ahead, Mental.
All right, so that was key 4. Really quickly, going through key 5, the key to the astrophysical time zones and the 3-in-1 alignment of consciousness forces in the Great Pyramid with the 12-in-1 energies of the Time Warp Pyramid centered and controlled by the many-in-the-one throne energies of Orion and Pleiades. Now I was telling you how important Orion's and Pleiades is. This is why you see Orion and Pleiades in the sky every single night. When I was up north, there it was. Now down here, it's right over my house. Every night. Okay?
Go ahead.
I always thought it was a coincidence, but I know there's no such thing as coincidence. So let me just get straight to the meat. Enoch explained to him how the Brotherhood of Light first thought to upgrade intelligence upon this planet eons ago. This attempt in recent cycles of time took place in the Takum Makan Desert, where the civilization of the Ta was evolved 36,000 years ago and reached a vast area which man now calls South America. The great city airs were built and seeded with great technology of the heavens, so man could directly call about the name of the Lord's while living in the bodies that were of great light in the light molecular density. What he's saying is, when you can call upon the higher Lord, when you can call upon the Om, and those are actual higher lords of light, energy beings, when you can call on that, you can tap into the energy. Like you become one with that. That's what they're talking about. When they had the technology in the heavens so that man could directly call upon the name of the Lords of Light. Capital L, Lords and Light, capital. After this experience ended in disaster. Here we go. So this is just one experience. Ended in disaster with the people of light intermarrying the fallen offspring of the Lords of Light, and another experiment was generated in the area known as Atlantis. So what happened? They started intermingling. These bodies, people started looking good. Lust started coming in. They know they shouldn't have did it, but they didn't anyway. So we're saying the Lords of Light that hadn't fell started mixing with the sons and daughters of the Lords of Light that did fall. Mm-hmm. So now you're starting to get an idea. Oh shit, there was a lot of gods. Yeah, and all of them were gods. All these Lords of Light are gods. All of them. Don't get it twisted. Then they started mixing with the inhabitants of the planet. But that's another story. So let me keep going. After this, okay, the technology of the crystalline obtainment in the matter and antimatter cycles of physical and non-physical worlds, stepping up or slowing down. Well, we don't need it. Stepping up or slowing down the frequency of the energy between the two cycles that can occur that causes a shift in space-time to occur. This, however, ended in failure due to the mixing of the genetic codes and the factors of light by the fallen access lords of light who use their crystalline technology to bring a great civilization of light into what? War and destruction.
Mm-hmm.
So you had some haters. I fell down there, I'm hating. I want everybody to fall. Don't that sound like some nigga shit? I'm just saying. We got to get this idea that these gods that people think they talking about. No. These are just people with advanced intelligence acting just like some of us act right now. In fact, where do you think we get it from?
You know, but coming to think of that, like when we was talking about the Book of Enoch, like when remember when in the video that you sent us where it was saying that like not Adam, Noah, his father was from a different race, or was you listening to that one? Did I send you that?
Well, you got to remember that's in the Emerald Tablets. What is his name? Nuaphistum. That's Noah's original name, which you go back 5,000 years to the actual there. I think it's Nuaphistum. It's a long name. I hope I'm saying it right. But if you go into the Emerald Tablets and you look up the story of him, it's all a story about the flood. But now it's in God form. So all they did was took it, dumbed it down, put it. But go ahead.
So when they explained it in there, they were saying that like I guess his father and then some of the gods or whatever they was having beef. Something was going on, and then he actually one of them said, okay, they released where it was the flood. It was one of the ones that released the flood, and but at the end of it, they were saying that I think it was Gabriel. Somebody came with a sword and stopped the whole flood. It's just like, so he had superseded the power of the person, of the deities or the guys that had released the flood. You did you listen to that?
Oh, right. Well, what they're trying to tell you is that everybody had a hierarchy. Everybody had someone above them. Now, the issue is you can use the power of your superior if you're in the realm of the love. But once you start taking stuff into your own hands, see, that's different. Because remember, everybody got it's a whole plan for everyone. It's not just a plan for Jazzy or just a plan for Mental. It's the plan for everyone. So once we take things in our own hands and say we can do better than the plan the creator put out, this plan that's perfect, that's never failed, that plan, we can do better.
So then they try to do better. Order, so the whole thing is that's like every time something gets out of order, because this is a continuous cycle. Right?
Well, no, not necessarily. You got to remember, in this realm, it can be a continuous cycle, but only for so long, because we already know either after 25,000 years, the precession of the equinox, or the 52,000 year period, shit keeps starting over again.
But that's when they were saying like that hand comes down and
start over again. Remember, in the beginning was the Word. The Word became flesh. That's a beginning. Nigga, in the beginning was the Word, meaning they took the thoughts of the creator or whoever, spoke the words of power that when what are words? Vibrations, frequencies. See what I'm saying? That vibration, what did it do? It went out into the darkness, into the womb of the darkness, and caused a spark. And that spark started a whole evolutionary an involutionary meaning everything was tightening. Darkness was starting to collapse upon itself. So it got so tight, what did it do? It exploded. When it exploded, it released its light. That light is a SUN/SON. You had something, Ms. Visa?
No.
Yeah, so that light and that womb represents the woman. The light represents the man. We come after the woman, not before. So
hey, that's the whole thing. Which came first, the chicken or the egg?
But it's like you described birth just now too. You know, the contractions start to hit so hard, and that baby coming. That's what you have to do. Out of the
That
dark.
would represent that inner
There's light coming
inner
through.
you. Boom. See, as above, so below. Everything is in one thing. Once you get on this knowing, you'll start to see that everything flows with your knowing. If it don't flow with it, it ain't true.
I feel like also the story could be told through the body. Like it's like the body is the story. Like how your body operates, your
We
cells,
talked
your
about
heart,
that
your
before.
eyes. Just like the whole cosmic story is.
The
Didn't
universe
think
within
about it when you
yourself.
said mental about, when they want to do something better, although your creation isn't good enough, I'm going to do something better. I'm going to make my own clone and I'm going to do better than you.
Because the computer is a representation of the brain.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what the computer is. They looked at the human brain and was like, oh shit, it's processing and this and that. What is this central programming unit? Oh, the pituitary gland? Oh, okay. And they started materializing it.
The same thing what they did with the automobile. It works the same way. The battery, the brain, you know what I'm saying? There's the different parts that runs the same way off the body too.
As above, so below. As inside, so outside. As to the left, as to the right. however you want to see it. The creator uses the same spiritual symbols over and over and over and over again. It's just up to us to know the constant. What is the constant? It said it in the book. The pyramid is the higher evolutionary constant symbol. The pyramid. It's in the blood. To show the as with below. It's on the planet. To show as above. It's on other planets. Letting you know it's not just about us.
It's so, man, it's just like all inventions is just like we was just saying is the body. And then not only that, plant life is basically the same thing too. When you look at nature, sunlight, food, air, water.
If you look at us at how the electricity moves through us, we look like trees or bushes. If you look at our scalp, when we got waves, it goes around like universes. The center being the sun.
No more waves.
No more waves. I don't know. My hair is getting. I don't know what type of spiritual entity. Look, I don't know what type of spiritual entity that been absorbing, but it's keeping me right, man. Hair's growing. I'm getting better.
Yeah. Hey, it's it's God.
He said it won't be none of that.
No.
I'll send you what you call it. Dr. Zebi got they said he went to the rainforest in Honduras and grabbed this stuff and it's supposed to work like snake oil. You know how snake oil back in the day was always, if it didn't work, it was snake oil. But they say this stuff's supposed to work and grow your hair.
Your hair back.
You got to remember, a lot of stuff on the outside of us represents what's going on the inside of us. I am not stressed. I get up and go to work. I like my job. I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
It could be hereditary with you too, though.
Yeah, my father lived till he was 87. And he
the funny
was in 3 wars.
My dad has a full head of hair.
World War II, Vietnam, and Korea.
But my dad has a full head of hair. My brother, right? But my uncle, bald. My other uncle.
It could be hereditary though, bro. So ain't nothing you can do, bro.
Up there because I'm like, why did not like my brother, my dad? They have the hair, but my uncle, they don't have the hair. My granddaddy on my mama's side.
Well, both my brothers, my oldest brother,
and bald head.
My oldest brother is bald, and my younger brother is bald. But I always attribute everything. Now I attribute everything I got to the spirits thing. It's got to be it. It's not me.
It's the middle child.
I eat like everybody else. I do what everybody. The only difference is I think different.
Oh, I'm trying to let gas use this, right?
That's that spiritual brush. One brush and hair shall come.
This it. This was my dad, and I took it, but I keep his wave brush.
Yeah, Jazz, I'm being real, man. It all depends. If you're really happy and living life and grateful, and you walk around and just do you and don't worry, you can heal anything anything that's the reason. Your hair. What I learned about hair was, if the hair is not coming on the outside, that means something is wrong. The hair follicles on the inside are having issues. Right. You know what I'm saying? So once again, it's that inner thing. But you know the shit we used to put in our hair. You know what I'm saying? We
Jerry curl.
Well, I had a dripper.
I did too.
Yeah.
We all did. Everybody wanted to be Michael Jackson.
They're back in style now. They're getting them now. Yeah.
No, stop it. I seen dude with a wet Jerry curl and like, dude, stop. Not wet. Not like Michael Jackson done. His was wet. You know, when you trying to rebuild it, it wasn't coming back. It wasn't coming back.
I don't know.
It looks shiny. That's about it.
Ms. Bisa, you said it's coming back. I don't think so.
Yeah, I saw now. They're getting curls again. But you know, they're making it look like the Brazilian wave. You know, the curls, the waves that they want. So they bring it. They're doing it again. Oh. Go on YouTube, you can see it. Young girls getting curls. But you know, it's just remarketing, rebranding.
Same shit under the sun.
They used to call me and my crew ready for the world. We was
Oh, Sheila.
I don't know what I was thinking about.
Listen, we was having fun. We was having fun. That's what it was. We were having fun. You know, I think we had way more fun what the kids having now.
And it was safe. There was no one was worried about nobody doing nothing crazy.
Mm-mm.
No gangs or none of that. Well, if they weren't with us.
Mm-mm. We outside jumping our bikes.
Yeah.
You know, ride. At the rec center. I mean, I don't think they got rec centers anymore.
They have.
We hung out. The rec had parties, and the rec had concerts, and
our rec had. Look, we had a flag football team. We had a baseball team. We did baseball, dodgeball tournaments. Track. We had a track team.
Our rec center was known for its band.
They got the Boys and Girls Club up here.
But the rec centers were in every neighborhood. They were supposed to be funded by by each city.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So everyone should have been able to, and that's who we played. We played the other rec centers.
Yeah. My daughter, she goes to
they took all that out.
Summer too.
Yeah. Our rec center was known for their band, my marching band. Everybody knew about our other stuff. Man, we had so much fun.
See, we don't have marching bands up here.
Mm-mm.
Mm.
That's a down south
in high
thing.
school,
The Midwest.
No, they got them up there. I used to play one.
Yeah, but
they not trumpet.
They not like Florida marching band.
Oh hell no! You just marching.
Yeah.
1, 2,
hey,
1, 2, 1, 2. That's all you do.
You may have 30 people, but
you might put your head down once.
But New York don't have it. New York has an HBCU.
Yeah. Well, he's just saying like at the high school level, before
the
you
high
get
school
up.
level.
No. They ain't got nothing.
Okay.
Our bands is like my uncle was a band instructor in Leesburg, Florida. And the first time I went down there when I was like 15, 16, it was a high school band. And I was just like, wow. I mean, they had everything, uniforms, like 100 people, you know what I'm saying? And they was playing real songs and they was tough. That ain't happening up here.
You get that marching band music. You know what you get.
No, ain't no bands like that up here.
All right. Let me finish up with this real quick. So we just went over how they've attempted the different types of attempts that they had in creating some type of conscious being on the realm. So then they said the last attempt in the generation of higher genetic people took place during the time of Egypt about 6,000 years ago, when the great people of Israel with the higher spiritual capacity were implanted to upgrade the peoples of the world by bringing the message of Jehovah and the kingdom of light to all nations. All right. So we all know what happened with the people of Israel once they started to get attacked by all the rest of the world. Well, the colonizers, I should say. So then we go on. When humanity can find the spiritual Israel within and the knowledge and alignment of the great periods without, he can place a capstone of spiritual freedom upon the foundations of the world. All right. The magnetic fields, well, the great periods are built on such points where the magnetic fields under the earth, on the surface of the earth, and the celestial fields all across the fields of our alignment are all in fields of alignment are direct. These magnetic fields are areals, are magnetic energies that mark points of energy outside the earth, from outside the space pour into the onto the earth's surface. These areas are balanced on the earth's magnetic and north pole. At the times of tremendous solar flare movements that bombard these magnetic fields of the earth, the fields of the earth will be set in cataclysmic unbalance, spinning the shell of the earth to new magnetic meridians. When they find their balance, they balance equatorially. So that's what we was talking about. Ms. Visa was saying about all them solar flares and electromagnetic activity. What are they doing? They're starting this whole change, this balance. All right. Oh. So then it goes on about the intervals. At intervals of every 6 to 12,000 years, the celestial lords of light gather the cultured seed crystal of evolution left behind by the original Adamic guardians, who are activated to direct the program, the polygamy, meaning our species here on Earth. They receive, at this point in our conscious time zone, the celestial lords of light will come back by the order of the galactic command in Orion, which governs the many universes that saves the Adamic seed. Here we go with the protection again. They will deliver the seed and the seeds of other nations who wish to be coded in the galactic tree of the living light, capital L. The galactic tree of the living light, in the paradise mansion worlds of the Father. Those who accept the Christ seed, the Buddha seed, or any of the Lords of Light will have within them an active channel of light, capital L, which allows them to function as an Adamic race upon other planetary worlds in other universes. The world that we are inherit will depend upon the maturity of the soul and the way we allow the light to function within them to service our fellow creations. Here we go again. What is that light? Love.
Mm.
All right. Whenever you keep hearing light, just replace it with love, 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 love. Because the more love you have, the more light you can acquire.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? I can't stress it enough because it's key for our development.
Love and light.
The highest manifestation of light is love.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right. So that was 5. Whew, boy, these things are thick. So next, out of our universe, we created out of the light synthesis of the next universe, the Pleiades, the creator, and the throne of consciousness. So now it's just talking about how our universe, not our solar system, the whole universe was created. And these celestial bodies overhead represent the governing principles of it. Orion represents the spiritual capacity of us, and Pleiades represents the physical autonomous body. All right, the precession of the equinox. What is it? It's the 25,600 and something year cycle that it takes for our solar system to make one complete turn around Pleiades. That's the precession of the equinox. I think I said that before, but we're going to get into it. So all right. The vessel consists of Enoch explained that our local universe has a triangular light core of 10 million light years within a surrounding veil of 20 million light years. This veil consists of heat envelopes which form a biochemical testing zone necessary for divine life. Now we're talking about this testing zone, this physical realm, how we get the capital L consciousness into the body. The biological testing zone surrounds the core of the central sun. Both our local physical universe and the surrounding biochemical testing zones are superseded by an invisible world of negative mass, which shapes the atomic nucleus and is used as the building of the physical energy systems in the physical galaxy. What is that invisible world of negative mass? That's that 9 ether. That's that darkness. What is it doing? What is it saying? These physical worlds are surrounded by what? A biological testing zone superseded by what? An invisible world of negative mass. What does this negative mass do? It shapes the atomic nucleus and used to the building of the physical energy systems in our visible galaxy. Thus, the physical universes proceed out of the world of negative mass, which is used to purify, which is used for the purification of trapped light. What is trapped light? Entropy. It's starting to make sense?
Yeah.
You see how you got to keep putting these things back together? Because they're using terms, but they're meaning the same thing. Same thing. But if you didn't know no better, you'd be like, wow, that's a total. Nope, same stuff. Entropy, electrification of matter, and decaying of matter. They're going to keep talking about that because they want you to know the difference between the levels of frequency. Some frequencies are on a decay form, meaning they're going to die. Other frequencies are on an unlimited, infinite, and eternal form, meaning they don't die.
No
all right. The blueprint for the physical universe and the negative world mass pre-exists in the higher heavens and in the codes of Pleiades. These codes of the Elohim lords or Orion create formations of negative mass, which are modulated by the thought forms of the lords of light in the creations of physical universes of mass evolution. That's us. So basically right now they're breaking down, this is how these physical planets came in. Then they're going to go on and tell you about Pleiades and Orion, how they programmed all of this.
Might have to come back to that next week.
Come back to, I can read it for you. Hold on. Here it is right here. I ain't got to skip it. All right. So through the energy of the Z, the Lords of Light transform the world of negative mass into magnetic tunnels, which particles are cycled and recycled, allowing from some forms of starseed evolution to unform and given forms of light continuality. Thus, the physical life proceeds out of mass evolution. Does that make sense? You understand what mass evolution is? Us, right. Coming down, seeding the world, letting it grow, doing its thing. Every now and then come check on it. Boom, 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 boom. But once we get placed outside of the Father's plan, no one's checking anymore. Now, who's going to free themselves from what's going on down there? What type of spiritual beings are going to free themselves? We going to send down Lords of Light. We going to send down all the higher beings that wanted to serve themselves and act as gods. Everybody going to be there. What's going to happen? That's where we're at now. And as dangerous as it may seem, it's the perfect place for us to get the maximum reward. Destiny's championship ring. The soul's all purpose. That's why I keep telling y'all 777,777,777 beings wanted your job, because this is the best place to be, to learn the quickest and to get the most out of it. In worlds that don't go by the Father, but they're not common. You see what I'm saying? So, go ahead.
I was going to say that this is my last Sunday that I have to, do the overnight. I got to, I got to go start getting ready. I got to eat dinner and start getting dressed so I can get out of here.
Tempo.
That's why I was saying we could pick it up.
Hold on, before you go on, let me just explain to you really what Pleiades and So more of the higher creative functions is the Madrid arrangement of patterns for astrochemical destinies in the heavens, whereby Pleiades and Orion are cooperatively used in the program of the light synthesis from pure light bodies of Orion into the transfigured corresponding physical bodies of the Pleiadic programming. Pleiades represents the key to physical procreation. It represents the galactic beginning of the physical atomic threshold. Not just here, but in this whole realm. All right. Orion emulates the gnosis, the knowledge which creates the spiritual powers of Christ. However, the pre-garment of light, which is needed to embody this higher light consciousness, comes from Pleiades. Pleiades also gives us the light garment of the negative mass, which shapes the physical spectrum of many who are called. Between the two is the rational mind, who diverts his mental energy from the lower heavens and call power upon themselves. They prevent the spiritual gnosis to be received by the spiritual people. So it's talking about all these different beings that are down here, right now, functioning. All right, I'm just going to leave it right there. We'll get back into that key 6. But before we do, any questions or anything? Do we have a better understanding of how huge this thing is?
I know how big it is. Yeah.
Infinite and eternal.
Mm-hmm.
It'll bust our little minds trying to think too far, huh?
Just keep going outside.
One triangle. So when you start to put the triangles together, if you've ever seen that symbol where it has a circle and within them it has them it has triangles. Mm-hmm. And when you look at it, look like a globe with all these different type of the funny shaped triangles though, like with curves.
That's what they were saying. The man that can understand this understands the key of life. Once they understand that.
Why are they saying that? I'm glad you said that. We just talked about why, because now we know that the triangles are the key to consciousness. Mm-hmm. Through the manipulation through the triangle, can we acquire higher and bigger things? So what we do is now we change that, take this information when we meditate, right? Start thinking of glowing triangle geometries. Think of the full triangle. Spin it one way. This is what they call a Merkaba. Mm-hmm. Be in the middle of a triangle. You can have yourself sitting in the meditative pose. Have it start spinning. Then you imagine another triangle coming on top, spinning the opposite way. And then you merge those two. So in the center, you form the octagon. Is it the octagon?
Octagon.
Yeah.
Or the sexagon.
No, not octagon.
Sexagon. The six-sided. Right in the middle, you'll be in the six-sided fig. Right.
Oh,
the hexagon.
Okay. Is it hex or sex? Hex
it's the six-figured. The six-sided figure. Right. You'll be in that. But you'll have the pyramids, one spinning one way, one spinning the other way. Mm-hmm. From there, they say you can move anywhere you want. That's the Merkaba. Your spiritual. That's when they say people in the stars, when you see a falling star, ain't no falling star, nigga. That's somebody coming down.
Okay.
Spirit entering the world. That's the only way they can do it.
They showed that.
Remember, they're not allowed to do it. So if they do it, they're breaking all types of laws. So how did they come down? They have to crash.
They showed that in a kid movie. Me and my daughter was watching it, but it was actually adults. And I think one guy came down to Earth. Hold on, let me.
I don't know. I was showing you this the copper necklace, how it look right now. This my copper. So I'm gonna see how it look after I shine it up. But they said that's all the energy it absorbs when you use it. It have to be clean regularly.
Right.
And it is dull. So I'm going to clean it up and see how it looks with the ketchup.
There you go.
Yeah, it's dull.
What type of pearls are on it?
These are jet.
Okay, and what's that? Emerald stone?
No, this is rose quartz.
Rose quartz.
Yeah, lady made this for me. I got this at the lecture, and her name Frances Webb. She makes copper jewelry. She's still on my page. What lecture did I get this at? It was a far away one. I think it was Arkansas lecture, and that one. I can't remember the name of that one. That's why I bought this one at.
Okay. That's your copper, you said?
Yeah, I was showing
Yeah.
how
Dirty the
dull
copper is.
it's dull. And they say you use it for so long, you have to keep it clean, you know. But I
Yeah, the
haven't cleaned
copper's
it.
good right now in the summertime. Get
Yeah.
outside with that. Yeah, just put some ketchup on there. You said lemon juice too, right?
Yeah, but I'm gonna try it with the ketchup and see.
Mm-hmm. Shine it
I
right up.
wonder. I don't think that'll affect the stones on it, so we're gonna go with it.
No, it shouldn't.
No. Mm-mm.
Just
Mm.
rinse it right off when you're done.
Yeah, that's
Mm-mm.
what I'm gonna do.
Um,
Had it for so long.
did you get your tuning forks?
No, not yet. They're on the way. I
Okay,
can't wait.
that's been a
Stop messing
long
with them
time.
frequencies. They
So
That's
coming
been
from
a
China.
you do
okay.
Reiki? You do Reiki?
Reiki meaning the
Are
energy
you?
exchange.
Yeah, you do. You are you certified in Reiki?
I'm not certified
Oh,
in anything, but I know from the Metu Netter, it explains the whole vibratory pattern. So all I need to know is which vibratory pattern. Then I can
you
experiment and do what I need to do. You already know what time it is, nigga. I'm a doctor, nigga. I'm about to
yeah, I
experiment.
know. You the scientist. Yeah, yeah, the scientist.
Anything that aches. Let me see what this will do. Right? Let me see, because you know you can heal. Healing through
Chris
sound
Rock
is the easiest thing to do.
in your Chris Rock voice.
It's easy. It's too easy.
Hey, so I was trying to find out from my daughter what the name of that movie was, but I couldn't find it. It'll come another time. But the guy, he was somebody that came from he fell from space, and he had powers, and then there was a crew of like three that was like they were all white, and they was tracking him down,
A
trying to get him.
cartoon?
No, it's a kid movie. It's real people acting it out. Like something happened to their village, and then they had a book. They had a book in it. It was like a almost like a or like what you call the books. Basically, what they had for their whole village, and it tells everything how to grow, how to this, how to crop, everything, and it tells you. But it was real good. Next time I'll try to get the name of it, but it reminded me of the fallen, star that we were just talking about because that's how he came down.
Oh,
But
okay.
I remember it.
For
But I got to get ready to go. Everybody, go.
All righty. Parting
You
words,
had something,
Jasmine.
Miss Visa?
no, no.
Oh, okay. No, it's just good to be back on. Miss Visa, watch that Warrior.
Oh yeah,
You
you'll
got
like
another
that.
movie too. You mentioned another one. Oh, the Godzilla.
Yeah, the Godzilla versus.
Godzilla and King
It's the
Kong.
new one. It's the new one where King Kong he get frostbitten in there, and they give him a mechanical arm. They give him a tooth. It's really good because he's
Okay.
fighting. He's fighting two other demigods and in there. One that went ahead and put
Hey, don't tell
winter
the
out.
story.
Okay, okay,
Was
yeah.
Ultraman in it? They put Ultraman
No,
in?
no, no.
Oh
They ain't got Ultraman. I know what you're
No,
talking about. That would have been hot.
it's
That would have
it's
been hot.
no.
it's.
You know yeah, Ultraman, that's Gen X all the way, ain't it?
Hey,
That's
Yeah, yeah.
when
You
you
don't went
see
way back.
But when you see these two, the Godzilla, then it's another form of apes that is in play too. You can
okay.
tell. You can
I'm
tell
gonna
they
check it
black
out.
It was
people.
entertaining.
You could tell that they the niggas. The way they act, everything, the way they talk. I mean, he carrying the thing on his arm and stuff. You could tell who it's us. I
I
mean,
wish
you'll be
I
able
could
to tell.
get the movie, the movie Supernatural. It's with Mario Van Peebles. I
I'm
don't
sure I can
know.
get it.
I don't
It's on the
know.
Fire Stick.
Look at Supernatural. He's playing like his family owns a funeral home, but they're occultists.
Okay.
They do the whole
I
ice.
think I seen that killing, trying to hunt down demons and all that stuff.
I don't know if they was hunting down demons. I don't know what they were doing, but I remember how the spirits and the stuff that they was working with were regular niggas, and just how they depicted it. It was like I can't believe they did this in a
So
show.
is it the
Oh, okay.
TV show series because it's a supernatural TV show? It's a
Not this,
movie.
not now. Now this Mario Van Peebles.
So it's
Okay,
a movie.
okay,
It's a series. It was on Sci-Fi,
okay. It's gonna
Oh,
be
it
but
on the
might be
Fire
on.
Stick though.
I can't find it no more on. I haven't found it anymore anywhere.
I can find it on the Fire
Oh,
It's
Stick.
you can
called
find it if you
Supernatural.
search it up.
They,
Supernatural by Mario Van Peebles.
yeah,
Okay,
Check that out. But it's like really magic. Even Bruce is in it.
Oh, okay.
But it's yeah. He's playing one of the. He's like in a time clock or some kind of demigod they had to call on. You just watch it. You'll like it.
Check that out.
Okay.
Yeah, very spiritual.
Okay.
I'm gonna take some medicine because my head is all this is throbbing. All right here and all up here.
When you wake up, it'll be gone.
Read that thing I sent you.
You sent me something.
Remember that thing what my dad did?
Oh yes.
You speak to your body.
But you gotta say it. Yeah, that's what I was saying. You gotta say, hey, when I take this headache, I mean, I go to sleep, all this gonna be gone. I'm gonna wake up and wake up fresh. Get on it, spirit.
Speak to your body.
That's what I demand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't asking questions.
We're gonna talk soon, y'all.
Okay.
All right, y'all. Okay. Facebook, YouTube. Thank you. Another one. Hey, always feel free to ask questions. We'll get back to you next week. Hopefully we will continue. Same bad channel, same bad time. Thank you, Miss Visa. Thank you, Mr. Jazzy.
Peace.
And peace and love.